What's going on, people? We are back again with another video, and this one right here is all about Chantel in the first ever episode of The Single Life. And we will be getting through some of the clips that I've compiled together to show you guys exactly what went down with Chantel. But before we get to the clips themselves in particular, I want to talk about this post right here, right now on Reddit. It's a very interesting post. So with that being said, as you can see in front of your screens right here, right now, okay, somebody kind of came through and they said, Chantel is engaging in tourism CMV. So here's the thing. I thought to myself, I want to share this first. I want to share this before I even get into the clips that I've got for you guys, okay? And this person comes in by saying the way she talked about explicitly looking for foreign men seemed kind of gross in my opinion, especially with her and that 20-year-old. And that is something that we're definitely going to get down to in the clips to come as well. But also at the same time, this person continues by saying she's way too old for that. To be honest, tourism underlines far too many relationships in 90-day cinematic universe that still seemed gross. That's funny, man. Cinematic universe. You do realize for something to be cinematic, it has to be in the cinemas, right? This isn't the MCU now, okay, or the DCEU. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue and get to the point of this freaking video. Anyway, with that being said, now continues by saying, edit. Since so many commentators seem shocked about the sad reality that women play in this tourism, here's some helpful reading. And of course, if you use a click on it, it will definitely give you a better description of what this person is trying to imply here. But also continues by pretty much showing this here. Romance tourists who plan to fulfill their travel with romantic experiences that they cannot experience in their own native country. Female tourists visit Africa, the Gambia, Kenya, Morocco, the Caribbean, Jamaica, the Bahamas, Cuba, and Barbados, Southern Europe, Greece, Italy, Spain, Portugal, and Croatia. And to be honest with you, I do feel like this person here who has wrote this is speaking a lot of facts, to be honest with you. Now, when I say facts, I'm not saying necessarily facts in terms of the situation that we are looking at right now with Chantel. No, I'm just saying that this is a real thing. And people should know about it. And if you didn't know about it, at least now you know about it. Because I know right now, when it comes to the 90-day universe itself in particular, everybody knows about passport bros. And that is always the conversation, passport bros. But the conversation is never really necessarily had about what about women? What are they doing when they go abroad? You know what I mean? And we've seen it before, obviously, on the US version of 90 Day Fiancé, and we've seen the UK version of 90 Day Fiancé. We've seen people in the UK literally go over to Turkey, whatnot, to try and find a man. We've seen women go over there to try and find a man that they can marry and bring him back to the UK and therefore nurture him. Like, for example, Jose. I love you, chicken. Yeah, that guy was literally handpicked by Louise, just so she can nurture him, you know, and have her the way she wants him, because that woman is controlling. Controlling with capitals everywhere. But also at the same time, this is something that I feel like we've seen before, attempted by several cast members from the US version. People like Danielle trying to, in my opinion, bring in someone like Yohan, but realistically gets played themselves into. Someone like Eve who tried to bring in Mohammed, but in reality, Mohammed had his own plans. Someone like Memphis who tried to bring in Hamza, but he had his own plans. I guess when Americans go and do it, they just go and look for a guy that looks like too good, and therefore he had his own agendas. But when Louise done it, she was like, I'm gonna look for a guy that doesn't look too good and a guy that's literally a kid, so therefore he can't ever outplay me. Damn. Louise is winning in life now I think about it. Shout out to UK 90 Day Fiancé, we're winning. Anyway, with that being said though, let's get into the clips here of exactly what went down with Chantel in this episode, and therefore we can compare what we see here compared to what has been spoken about on Reddit. Now, with that being said, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. But hey, let's get into it.
Everybody show me your backs.
We're here for the what? Divorce party. Because she's looking for the
Buddy.
And all of you have the same. You're in the same team, yes?
Yes.
Great.
I want a man who's super successful. I want them to be compassionate, very patient, value commitment, generous, and hung like a horse.
You know, it's never a good start if you and your crew, you and your entourage are arriving somewhere and you've literally got t-shirts that literally say D. You're looking for the D. First and foremost, that is not a good representation. That definitely looks funky. And I'll be honest with you, from my acknowledgement, not experiences because I don't do these kind of weird things, but from my acknowledgement, usually when people from the UK go to another country in Europe, let's just put it that way, right? Europeans are always very cautious about why we're here, you know what I mean? Especially if they see an entourage of us with tops that are matching, they're like, oh, damn it. they're here again to cause havoc. Oh, they're here again to use us. And honestly, this is why in Amsterdam right now, they're trying to ban Brits coming over in packs because they're afraid of what they do for the most part. So to be fair, this whole wearing the same tops and looking for the D, that's definitely not a good start. And I can understand where the person from Reddit has kind of got the idea from, because this one itself in particular gives you a little bit of evidence of the attitude. But let's also talk about what Chantel's looking for. I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with Chantel looking for, you know, a guy, you know, who's gonna have certain qualities. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody should have standard to what they want without a shadow of a freaking doubt, right? But you know what though? I feel like Chantel focuses so much on what she wants in a man that she neglects how to love herself. She neglects what she wants from herself. And that is a very common thing for a lot of people. A lot of people neglect what they want from themselves. Love yourself, learn about yourself, and then that will help you finally nurture the right person to come into your life or manifest or whatever you want to use, you know what I mean? But we continue.
We say you do.
Do.
Period. Second ground rule is five guys' numbers tonight.
No, girls don't just go up to guys and be like, what's your number?
We're doing it. It's okay to reinvent yourself. Like, you don't have to like be.
I'm Chantel.
Right, before we get into this little date here with her and Adonis, the 5-time. Sorry. I'm not Booker T, let me calm down. But either way, though, that is wild. You've got a task of going out, then you must speak to at least 5 guys. I mean, I get it. Right now, they're in the process of where they're trying to rebuild Chantel's confidence, and I completely understand this. So therefore, she's got to go out there and mingle, you know, see who's out there, I do understand that 100%. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. But let's analyze how this conversation goes with her first approach to a man.
Adonis.
Yes.
Are you from Crete originally?
Yes, I'm from South Texas.
Nice.
Where you from?
I'm from Georgia, the United States. But anyhow, so yeah, me and my friends were just here on a vacation. Little girl.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this now. If the vibe isn't there and it's awkward, I'm walking away. I ain't asking for nobody's number. I ain't asking for nothing, because if you're not welcoming in with open arms, then I'm out. But that's just me though, because for me personally, I don't like chasing people personally. Hate it. I put in the energy that I receive, 100%. Which is probably why, you know, I've been here single for such a long time, because a lot of the times people want me to chase them and play games and stuff, and I'm just like, listen, if you could want me to chase you, then good luck to you, but I don't do that. I got better things to do, you know what I mean? I got better things to do in my life than to chase someone. If I tell you that I like you and I want to talk to you, then you should just be like, yes, no, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, either way though, in this situation here, I think it's very different, because when it comes to men being approached by women, a man, if he's into you, he will generally try and show you side to say that he's into you. Obviously, when it comes to women now, if you approach them, and even if they like you, sometimes they still want to play games, which is where it gets a bit different between men and women, right? But obviously, in this situation here, I would say that this guy is showing that he's not interested in her in one single bit. But anyway, we continue.
So,
Work at a sailor on the camera.
a sailor?
Yeah, you like that?
Yes, that's so exciting. Oh my god. I don't go on boats a lot.
Why not?
I have a fear of sharks. Anyhow, do you mind if I get your number?
Sure, whatever.
Okay. Could you write it for me?
Activate.
So let's get another vodka like us.
If you don't mind, how old are you? 20?
20.
Oh, big mom.
Army?
Oh.
So you're strong. So he's not scared.
And he's supportive.
Make your suggestion.
Wait, oh.
All right, listen. This is my issue with this whole thing here. Okay, I get it. She's out here trying to have a little bit of fun, trying to gain her confidence, you know what I mean? But this is the thing that I find very contradictory, and this is why I do support, to a certain degree, what the person on Reddit is trying to say here. And I support to a certain degree. Chantel, when she was with Pedro, and even when it came to the last season of her being with Pedro, all she ever spoke about is what type of man that she wants. That's all she spoke about. I want this kind of guy who's going to come in, blah, 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 blah. First episode, she's the first person that we see on the show, and the first thing that she says, which is what I showed at the very beginning of these clips, is Chantel says that, you know, I want a man to come in my life and, you know, to have this, and that. So everything that she always says when it comes to men is that she's always looking for a man who's going to come in and hold her down, a man that she's looking to actually marry. She never says anything about a boy toy, anything about somebody to just have fun with. Literally everything is literally, I want this, boom, 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 right? So look at it this way. This is how I'm looking at it right now. She has her own agenda, which makes sense, right? But like, why waste your time entertaining yourself with somebody that you know you're not going to be with? 20 is someone that she's not going to be with, because someone who's 20 isn't going to have everything that she wants. That's a point blank period. You see what I'm saying, okay? So for me personally, this is where I'm thinking to myself, okay, so are you here because you're trying to get away, let your hair down, gain your confidence back, or are you here because you're trying to look for something serious? Because she also does say that, you know, she wants to find someone abroad because she doesn't feel like the man that she wants is in America, but she wants someone to travel with, do things with. So that's why for me, I would definitely kind of agree and sway to what was said before on Reddit, because if anything, why are you here? Do you know what I mean? Like, but anyway, let's get into it. I just feel like her friends have a certain agenda for her, but she has a different agenda for herself. That's what I think. Yeah.
This is the exact kind of risky behavior that I love. I love adventure and I love doing things spontaneously.
Girl, what is going on right now?
Bree's trying to find love, but it's really derailing me when something triggers me like this.
See, she's in Greece trying to find love, but her friends aren't there to try and find her love. They're there trying to get her. You know what I'm saying? Very contradictory, this whole bloody storyline.
Time is precious, and I need to make sure that I don't spend too much time thinking about the past.
All right, listen, boom, bam. This is the way we can look at it. This is the way I can leave it here, okay? I think that her friends definitely have an agenda where they wanted to go out there and just do some madness, to be honest with you. But I think that she has obviously an agenda to go out there and actually try and find something real. The only problem is that one, she's got the wrong type of friends with her to try and find something real, because right now these friends don't seem to be thinking about what she wants personally. But two, at the same time, she's... I don't want to say she's wrong for going to Greece or she's wrong for going abroad trying to find someone, but I'm going to say this. Despite the fact that their marriage was pretty much done before it was even done, I'm going to say that it's only been 6 months since the divorce, and I feel like Chantel needs to do a lot of growing within herself. Chantel's biggest problem is that she's seeking for someone to come in life and make her feel wholesome or whatever, right? But what she should be seeking is how to go out there in the world and really explore the world and just enjoy life for what it is and just love to love herself. Because to be honest, if she can love to love herself, I feel like the right guy will come in her life. But as long as she's out here searching for the right guy isn't going to come in her life point blank, period. Because yeah, just don't, you know what I mean? I mean, this is the best way I can say it, right? If I was abroad somewhere and I came across Chantel, she's not someone that I would look at as she's not someone that I would look at as I would want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Personally, because you can see it in her face that she's lost. Maybe that's a harsh thing to say, but that's just the reality that I'm looking at. I'm looking at somebody that is still heartbroken, somebody that still hasn't moved on from their past, and somebody that's still carrying a certain level of trauma from their past, and somebody that hasn't taken time to do self-care and self-love. And I'm looking at somebody that just wants to go out there and hope to find someone who's going to replace what she didn't have with Pedro. That's what it is. Which then there's nothing wrong with that, but she's looking for someone to replace that without actually working on herself first. So that means even if someone came in and gave her that, I don't think that she'd have the ability to actually appreciate it for what it is. I feel like she'd appreciate it because it's what Pedro didn't give her, rather than appreciate it because because that person makes her feel good. Do you see what I'm saying? It's two different things. You know, sometimes people appreciate things because they didn't have them elsewhere, but sometimes people appreciate it because of who's giving it to them. And I feel like she needs to find herself, so therefore when she finds someone, she can appreciate that person and for what they do for her, not because they're doing the things that Pedro didn't do. It makes sense to me. Anyway, with that being said, let me know what you're thinking and we can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.